You know, we've all been in a situation where it's extremely difficult to start something new. Whether it's weight loss, starting your own business, starting to go back to school, just a new project, or anything in general, it sometimes can be incredibly hard. And there's always a good reason why it's difficult to start, whether it's financial, time, I just don't know how, I don't have any help. But to be honest with you, the one thing I found that helps me the most is keep this in the back of your mind that these are all things that you're doing for you. And nobody in life's going to give you something that's going to better you just for free. It's always going to come at a cost. And it doesn't matter if you have to pay for it, whether it be a course, whether someone mentorship, whether it could be education somewhere, it could be even something as simple as dedication of your time. Because it doesn't have to always be exchange of currency or money. It could just be something as simple as, for the next 3 weeks, you're going to have to pay attention to this, dive into this, study this, learn on your own, go about this in different angles, and no one's going to be there to push you. Sometimes it's going to be just you and your goals, and it's very important for you guys to stay motivated, because all too easy, one little failure derails us. It brings us into a position where when we do, we hit a bump in the road, we don't want to start again. And it's happened to me. I can't even tell you a zillion times where even starting a business, there's been times where I've had multiple businesses I've started where I didn't even know what I was doing at all. I just knew that I wanted to make money. I didn't want to have a job anymore. I wanted to change my life, but I didn't have someone there necessarily all the time to show me. My father was a business owner for many years, and at this particular point we lived out of a different state, and I didn't have the ability to learn firsthand from him, but it was something I had to do on my own. I had goals. I wanted to be in a different position a year from now, even 6 months from now, and it didn't necessarily mean I wanted to be financially free right away, but I was starting to learn that it came with a cost. And for me, it was time. I had to teach myself every little step, and through the failures that I made, which was one of the biggest things that deterred me, was the fear of failing. I learned so many things, and now when I see a project or when I see something that I want to pursue, I go about it in a whole new mindset. I don't see the roadblocks and the things that prevent me from starting, but I go about it in a way of thinking, how can I actually start this and tackle this that works for me, that's comfortable, that is in a positive way for what I want to achieve, and that's something I can do right now, because there's a lot of factors that go into starting a new project, but confidence is a big thing, and that's going to prevent projects from businesses to weight loss to just being in a position where you feel like, I'm ready to make this change, because I've been there, everyone else has been there, and a lot of people stay there in a position where they have great intentions, they have great ideas, but there's just something that's preventing them from just trying or starting. And it's don't be a victim of your own fears. You have to just realize that this is going to be something that you may not know what's going to come around the next corner, but you have to learn to love the process. And it's going to be fearful at times because we don't know what the situation has for us right around the next turn, but you learn and you grow. And from all the failures that we make, the failed attempts and everything that we attempted, you have to sit back and think that that's like an education going to college, and that's a hands-on education. Some people have the ability to go to college to pay for the things that they want to pursue. Some of us can't, whether financial reasons, family reasons, even fears of going back to school. There's a lot of things, but we all have this ability to change our lives. But it's going to start with us realizing that starting, keeping the pursuit of, and finishing all comes down to what drives us to achieve our goals. What is it? What is the purpose? All too many times I see people start things, they have incredible ambition. They have, even myself, I've done this with even my own YouTube channels before. I've had multiple channels. I've done this whole experience before. I said, man, I'm not growing. I'm not getting the subscriber count. I'm not seeing the results that I want, and I just wanted to give up. And I took a long time off. I took months off, years off, and then it turned out to be always in the back of my mind, like, what am I doing? Because when I first started this was to help people, and my intention was always to help people. And then it turned into me feeling stressed out because I'm not seeing the results that I thought I should. And I had to recalibrate my thinking, recalibrate my goals, my intentions. And so now I do the content just purely based on if I know one day that this would completely help someone's life, then it's all worth it. It's all worth it at the end, even if it's just saving one person at a time. Because when you're in a position where you're afraid to start and you know that you have so many incredible things in your life that you can change and you can provide for your family and all these talents that you can share with the world, but there's just that one thing stopping you, it's so difficult because sometimes you can't get that support from the people in your life and you don't even know where to begin. And you just know that you don't want to be where you're at. And that's why I challenge you, just step outside of your comfort zone. And even if it's as simple as start looking at the options, start analyzing the failure, start looking at all the things and all of the different angles that you want to, hit, not just traditionally sacrificing for what you want to do, but go about it in a different way. Start doing some research, and that's going to be a big thing. When you educate yourself and you learn more about what you're afraid of, then it takes the whole fear aspect away from it, and it makes it something that you're ready to confront and actually sacrifice your own time for, and gives you an ability to have those things that build a foundation for confidence. So I'm Jose with GeneratingEntrepreneurs.com. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tune in next time as we discuss depression and we go diving a little deep into anxiety and how it affects all of us. I hope you guys have a great night, and thanks for tuning in.